officially found our smoking gun, so to speak, as it pertains to all of Ilhan Omar's criminal behavior. Because as of this morning, I kid you not, one of the key ringleaders in all of this Minnesota state fraud has actually come forward publicly, pretty much ratting out Ilhan Omar herself, explicitly saying to the public, to the media, that Ilhan Omar, as a matter of fact, actually knew about all of it and did nothing, turned a blind eye. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. Coming out of the New York Times, according to Amy Bach on the left, who is the currently imprisoned mastermind behind the recent $250 million COVID-era meal fraud scheme, the Feeding Our Future scheme that took place in Minnesota, House Representative Ilhan Omar had direct knowledge about the scheme's existence, but she did nothing. Her lips were shut. And this is according to Amy Bach, who is the mastermind ringleader. She's currently sitting inside of a prison cell for her involvement in this $250 million COVID-era scheme. And so, folks, this is absolutely massive. This report coming out today, this whistleblower, Bach, this is absolutely massive. Because as you all know, at this very moment, this exact second, in fact, there is not only an ongoing investigation into Ilhan Omar's criminal behavior inside of the House Oversight Committee, but even more serious, perhaps, the Department of Justice is also criminally investigating Ilhan Omar as well. She has numerous criminal investigations into her criminal behavior. But really, on top of all of that, that's really just the tip of the iceberg regarding all of Ilhan Omar's problems, for lack of a better phrase. In fact, I've got something else I want you to take a look at. See, it seems like Ilhan Omar might actually be getting expelled out of Congress very soon. We take a listen to what Representative Randy Fine has to say about that.
Well, two things here. First, I filed a bill to say that only American citizens can serve in Congress, not foreigners. And people think that's crazy. They're like, why do you need a bill to do that? But it turns out that we've got dozens of members of Congress that could be citizens of other countries that are also serving in Congress. Yes, they have American citizenship, but they may also have sworn an oath to another country. And you can't serve two masters. Ilhan Omar is one of them. She was a citizen of Somalia. She may continue to be. She certainly said that she prioritizes the interests of Somalia over the interests of the United States. This would say you can't be in Congress if you are both. As it relates to expelling her, we're awaiting the outcome of an investigation into immigration fraud. Did she marry her brother in order to bring him to the United States? If she did, it's a crime that should not only cause her to leave Congress, it's a crime that should cause her to leave the United States. And I know the administration is working on it, and I am as well.
Yeah, and that was literally the next question. If we're willing to take a vote on expelling her for marrying her brother, she did. A lot of people believe she did. I think Trump has even said that she did. Why not go ahead and take the next step? Once you expel her from Congress, expel her from the United States.
Well, I can't do that as a member of Congress. And frankly, it'll probably be easier to expel her from the United States than to expel her from Congress. I think many of my Democratic colleagues wish there were more foreigners serving in Congress, not less, because it is their goal to destroy the country. But if the president has evidence that she committed immigration fraud, he can strip her citizenship under the law. That would make her ineligible to be in Congress, and it would ship her home to Somalia.
Folks, I'm going to be honest. I think there is a very good chance that ends up happening. I would actually bet money on it. I'm not a big gambler. I would bet money right now that the U.S. State Department under Marco Rubio's leadership, or the Trump administration, ends up denaturalizing Ilhan Omar, stripping her of her citizenship because she lied on immigration paperwork for her brother to get him in the country. She married her own brother, allegedly. I would bet money that this is what ends up happening here. Now, we also have some other reports coming from Randy Fine, actually, talking about specifically dual naturals, dual citizens. Take a listen to this. This one is about Ilhan Omar here.
A lot of these people hide it. I think one of the things that's extraordinary is we don't even know who the dual citizens are. So we know, for example, in the case of Ilhan Omar, she was born a citizen of Somalia. Unless she chose to give it up, she's still a citizen of Somalia. And certainly the way that she acts and all of the people she helped defraud this country in Minnesota in order to help Somalia would suggest it. Many of her public remarks say she's Somalia first. We don't know, but this would say, again, someone like Ilhan Omar, assuming she's still a citizen of Somalia, would have to give it up. You're either American or Somalian. Look, we don't want foreigners serving in Congress. I don't want French citizens serving in Congress. I don't want Armenian citizens serving in Congress. I don't want Israeli citizens serving in Congress. The only people who should be serving in Congress are American citizens.
Folks, let me make this a little bit personal. Let me make this about myself here real quick. I am the father of 2 children. My wife is a German woman. She's a German immigrant here to the United States. Both of my children, by nature of having an American father, all-American father, and a German mother, both of my own children are dual citizens. My children, my beautiful daughter and my handsome son, 5 years old and 2.5 years old, they are both American and German citizens. Let me tell you how strongly I agree with everything that is being said here. Yes, as a matter of fact, dual citizens should not be allowed in Congress. And I say that even for my own children. If my son grows up someday and he says, Father, do you think I should be allowed to serve in Congress? I'm a German citizen and an American citizen. I would say, listen, son, my own son, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to serve in Congress or Senate, you should say, listen, I'm done being I'm exclusively American first to serve in Congress. That's my opinion. I would even extend that same standard onto my own children. To me, this is just basic common sense. We hear more about this. Take a listen.
I came to it in part because I got tired of being accused of it. And so because I'm a Jewish member, certain anti-Semites would say you're a dual citizen. I'm not. And I actually started to do some research into it. And I found, to my amazement, that there were dozens and dozens of members of Congress who were citizens of other countries, at least at some point in their lives. They could still be, as well as there were others who were naturalized into other countries even when they were Americans. Look, you can't serve 2 masters. You can't swear an oath to the United States and an oath to put another country first. So this bill is pretty common sense. It says if you want to serve in Congress, you can only be a citizen of one country, and that one country is the United States. I came to it in part.
Absolutely right. To me, this is just basic, absolutely common sense. But you know what? Randy Fine here was actually not done. He actually also played into communist New York City Mayor Mamdani this morning. He was going scorched earth. Take a listen.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, look, we have a huge problem in this country where we've allowed tens of millions of the wrong people in.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, there's all of the illegal immigrants. That goes without saying. But even on the legal immigrant side, you look at people like Zoran Mamdani, who hate this country, who we allowed in legally and frankly gave citizenship to. I believe we not only need our border sealed, we not only need to deport every single illegal immigrant, but we need to denaturalize and throw out a lot of people, and we need to stop letting more in. So this is important and I'm all in for it.
Well, and folks, this is a very good, pertinent reminder here that our immigration problem in the United States of America is not as simple as legal good, illegal bad. Of course, illegal is bad. All of it. Every little ounce of illegal immigration is bad. But also, we need to come to terms with the reality, as a matter of fact, a lot of legal immigration is bad as well.
Yep.
Under the Biden administration, we took in millions of legal third world immigrants. Does that make it good because it was done legally?
Nope.
Of course not. Absolutely not. We need to really, as a nation, we really need to clamp down and become selective, highly prejudiced, frankly, with who we let in the country. We can't be letting in anybody. Listen, for a very long time, this country has been the entire world's dumping ground by nature of both illegal and legal immigration. We might, at this point, we might need a 99.999% immigration moratorium. That's kind of where I think we are at this point. Now, Randy Fine here caught some flack for saying that for saying that Mamdani does not belong in America. I tend to agree with him. People were saying, oh, you can't say that, Randy Fine. Randy Fine doubled down. He said it's a true statement. I'm not backing down either. Deport and denaturalize. He calls him Jihadi Mamdani. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to end the little segment here by asking you a question. Do you agree with this statement from Congressman Randy Fine? Deport and denaturalize Jihadi Mamdani. Yes or no? As far as I'm concerned, that might be what we need to see if we want to finally and truly actually put America first.